Hello. How is everybody feeling today? Yeah, I think things are starting to ease up a little bit and people are going to start phasing in a little bit, but certainly all being careful still. Hey, Colin. I'm going to go sit on my blocks right here and grab my straps. I'm going to give you a second to get seated and grab a strap if you need to. Because we usually do core on Mondays, we talk about we're going to integrate a little bit more of the rest of the body, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to look also at our backs and our spines. So see if we can come to an upright position to start and take a few deep breaths. Yesterday in the workshop last night, Jacqueline was talking about trying to broaden across your chest and also broaden across your back at the same time. So as you breathe, think about sending your shoulders in both directions. And let's start moving our awareness into our spines a little bit. As you breathe in, I want you to arch your back, lift your chest forward, pull your shoulder blades back. Breathe out, round your back, engage your core a little bit, breathe all the way out, tuck your chin, round your back. Breathe in, arch your back, breathe out, round your back. And you don't have to do huge, we're just warming up. And then we're going to breathe into different parts of our rib cage. So by breathing in different parts of our rib cage, we can also use that to extend the back in different directions as well. So try to breathe into the far corner of the rib cage here. Extend your body in that direction. Breathe out. We've done this before. Go in this corner. And then go back to the back corner, rounding your back a little bit. Press into your shoulder blade of your armpit. And then the other side in the back. And then the side front. And then the other side front. Just keep doing like that. Breathing around your rib cage. Okay, cool. Let's try with the rib cage to do a circle now. So same thing you were just doing, but see if you can't take it in a smooth circle. Instead of we were just breathing into one corner and then relaxing, breathe into the other corner, relaxing, going back. See if you can't now do that a little bit of a circle. You might breathe in as you come around the front, breathe out as you go around the back. Maybe try to switch directions. And if you don't, if the circle is confusing, go back to doing the four corners. Just do one corner and then the other. And we're keeping in mind we're doing this a lot to awaken our spine. We're going to do 10 more seconds. Good, nice, nice. And now let's bring that awareness a little bit more into our neck and our shoulders. What I want you to do is just tuck your chin, press your chin into your back, lift the top of your head up towards the sky, and then relax. Tuck your chin, relax. You should feel a little bit of effort here. I'm going to turn this way so you can see me move this way. Just relax, is like this, and then I'm going to tuck. Try to rub my neck on the shirt collar, press my chin straight back as if I was going to push, and then relax. Press.
We used to call that cervical slide.
Cervical slide, yeah, I guess so. It's kind of or it's also been called a glide. You might call it a glide too. We're lubricating the nerve sheath in the neck, so that's true. And then relax. Let's move a little bit in the arms here. Engage through the shoulder blades. Grab your band if you have one, or a strap. You can do the same thing. We've done this before. Band tears. Pinkies come in, elbows come down. Pull the band to your chest. Reach out right in front. Pull the band. Reach out in front. So even if you have just a strap, the focus here being on the pulling backwards, pulling those elbows down, even if I'm this close, or I might go a little bit wider. Pull those elbows down, pull those thumbs back. Should feel the outward rotation in your shoulders. Do 15 more seconds there.
That switch in direction is really helpful, Gabe.
Yeah, that is when I turned. Yeah, exactly. And okay, so now you just relax. Now you can do this with a strap or a band, but it doesn't matter how difficult it is. So you can kind of grade your own difficulty here. Put a little bit of pressure on the strap, just like pull out just a little bit, and then reach your shoulder blades forward, reach your shoulder blades backwards. If you want, you can reach your arms forward and then reach your arms backwards, but it's really more in the shoulder blades. And the more you pull out with the band, the harder it's going to be. And here you might breathe in as you come back. Breathe out. Engage your core, push ahead. Again, you can grade the difficulty. You got 15 seconds. You can grade the difficulty by how hard you're pulling out on the band.
So do we keep the pressure out on the band through the whole thing?
You are, if you want to make it quite tough, that's right. Even just a little pressure can be really tough. Then what I want you to do is do the same thing reaching high. So keep the pressure out on the band, reach high. As you come up, engage your core, reach your hands back, get a little bit of a stretch, and then you can look up, pull the band down to your chest, just keeping a little bit of pressure outward on the band. Or the strap, same thing with the strap. If you're not feeling a stretch, if you're not feeling like a stretch in your shoulders when you go up or underneath your armpits, it's probably because you're arching your lower back. See how that makes you move up like that? So if you take out the arch in your lower back by tucking your pelvis, then the arms want to start coming forward. Try to pull those arms back. That's where you get the stretch. Pull out on the bands, pull down with your lats, pull the strap to your chest. And you got 20 more seconds to play with that one. Good, and then relax the band down. We're going to relax through our shoulders and our back a little bit. Now we've got them working. We start engaging those muscles. Let's do our torso rotation. You can go arms across your chest, or like we did before, you can take your elbows out, one forward, one backward. You might breathe in. And out. Twenty more seconds, maybe try to breathe in the other side. Try to keep that spine nice and long, chin slightly tucked, broad. And relax, good. Relax the shoulders. Come to our side stretch, that QL stretch going both directions, reaching across your lap, reaching towards your ear, and then going the other way. Reach across your lap, reach over towards your ear. Go both sides. And again, you should feel like a little stretch. You got 30 seconds. In the sides of your lower back, your QL muscles would run right here. if you were in the class last night, obliques kind of run across here, and then your QL runs with your obliques, but a little bit more back here, and that's what we're working on right now. I like how people are going back and forward. Nice. I like where everybody's sitting. That looks great. And 5 seconds. And relax. Good. Now I want you to interlace your fingers. I want you to reach up over your head. Just like we talked about before, this time reaching your palms all the way to the sky. Let your shoulder blades rest a little bit so your neck stays nice and long. Just like we were talking before about that stretch, if you're not feeling a stretch in the shoulders, it's probably because you're arching your lower back. So engage your core, tuck your chin, lift your hands up, try to keep your spine nice and long, and then do a little bit of twist using those obliques, connecting your ribs to your hips, taking one rib to the opposite hip, keeping your spine nice and long, turning one way to the other, stretching the spine nice and long, but also working on engaging those core muscles and back muscles as you turn. 15 more seconds here. Tuck your chin a little bit, reach those palms up towards the sky, shoulder blades relaxed, top of the head goes towards the sky, turning just from the rib cage. And relax, good. Arms can come down, take your time, come to hands and knees. Show me a neutral spine position. Just coming like this. Start with just that neutral, so explore around a little bit. Try to find neutral. You might tuck and arch. Neutral is a slight curve in your lower back, but not a lot. Slight curve in your upper back, but not a lot. Slight curve in your chin, but not a lot. Feel the bottoms of your hands on the ground. Feel the bottoms of the balls of the feet on the ground. Push into the ground just a little bit. Tuck your tailbone maybe just a little bit, tuck your chin, reach your head one way, reach your tailbone the other way. Without shifting or moving from your neutral, try to come to a bird dog position without arching or flexing. So I'm going to reach one hand out and then the other, and then I'm going to reach toward my elbow and my knee, and then right back out. I want to challenge you all, and then I'm going to switch sides. So out and in and out. Try to take it nice and slow. I'm going to challenge you to try to only go as much as you can in keeping a neutral spine. So you should be able to feel that. So take it nice and slow as you reach out. Challenge yourself. Judy, that looks really neutral in your back, so that's great. Maybe just tuck your chin a little bit. Nice, Heather, I like with the reach. So 25 seconds, I'm going opposite hand and foot. The same hand and foot's really hard. Keep reaching into the ground. Feel really connected, strong with the ground. Feel your back pulling in both directions. Keep that strong connection with the ground. You got 10 seconds. And relax. Good, relax. Let's come to a cat-cow. So just like we've done before, breathe out, tuck your tailbone, engage your core, press your belly button towards your lower back, round from your lower back. Maybe as you breathe in, you kind of engage your core a little bit, keep your lower back a little bit flat, not quite as much as before. Try to peel your sternum up. Look your sternum towards the wall in front of you. So you're arching from your upper back, rounding from your lower back. Use your core to round from your lower back. Use your upper back muscles to arch from your upper back. So this is like an active cat-cow or a muscular cat-cow instead of a stretching one. So you don't have to stretch so much. Do 30 more seconds. You don't have to stretch so much here. Just think about a little bit more using the core around your lower back, and then a little bit more using the upper back muscles to do your upper back. Engage your core around your lower back. Engage your upper back muscles round your upper back. Seven seconds. And then we will relax our back. We were using that a little more active, so now we're just going to relax it. But when you relax it, I want you to challenge you here over the next minute to explore, see if you can do a cat-cow one vertebrae at a time. So tuck your tailbone, round your lower back, round your upper back, press up to the shoulders, tuck your chin. Try to go the other way. Tailbone goes towards the sky, arch the lower back, arch the upper back, look up towards the front. Tuck, curl, round, push, tuck your chin, tailbone up, tilt, arch, peel your chest up, roll the shoulders back, look up. Explore there for about a minute, see if you can't do one vertebrae at a time. You might even go a little bit slower than you think you need to go. Good, Heather, that's really good roll in the shoulder blades. Last one. And then find a neutral position. Going side to side. Two options here with this side to side movement. First option is you're just going, kind of looking towards your hip, and then the other, going nice and easy. The second option, you're actually engaging your obliques and your QL muscles, pulling your ribs towards your hips, stretch out the other side, pull your ribs towards your hips. So it can be done like a stretch or like a exercise, and those are your two options: pull, release, or simply just stretching and relaxing to one side, or maybe just exploring between the two. Ten more seconds. Good, and relax. So then we wouldn't be complete here if we didn't go do some rotation. So let's do some rotation through our upper back. This is what we've done before. Feel yourself strong on the ground. Keep your hips still. Tickle your ear. Reach across to your elbow. Reach your elbow up towards the sky. So you have an option here if you want to make it harder to reach under and then reach up. Instead, what I really want to see is whether it's your elbow or your hand, you're reaching one way and then reaching the other way. See how I'm reaching up? It's almost like I'm trying to start a lawnmower or draw a bow and arrow. And I'm reaching straight out. Coming under, reaching up, push off the ground, stretch across your chest, hips stay still. And I'll tell you when to switch sides. And go ahead and switch if you haven't already. Should feel really good on your back. Push down to the ground and relax. Good. Nice job. Now we're going to do some similar exercises to that, but on our back. So just roll
we haven't
over.
done the bird dog on the other side.
What's that?
We didn't do the bird dog on the other side.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was switching every time, but we'll get back to it. So just when we get back, we're gonna go back through it anyway. So when we go back through it, just do your other side.
Yep. Okay.
So we're gonna go on our back, and here we're gonna do just like the bird dog we did before. But I'm gonna make this one a little bit harder on you as well. Keep your shoulder blades on the ground. Tap a little bit of your chin. Yeah. Bring your knees up and your hands up. What I want you to do is I want you to push against your knee with one hand. So you're gonna feel a little hip flexor engagement here, and that's okay. Now you're gonna reach up, reach through the ground with your thumb and your heel.
What?
Reach your fingers away from you. Reach your heel away from you. Press your belly button towards the ground. And then switch sides. Switch, push your hand and your knee, or if you want, doing one side, or you can come back in. Reach down, reach your heel away from you, reach your thumb down towards the ground, reach your fingers away from you, push into your knee, switch sides, come up. Explore that. So I'm changing every side here again, pushing down on my knee. Trying to let your lower back arch here, and that's why we're reaching our hand up high, our foot down low, and reaching our belly button towards the ground. Or just engaging through that corset muscle. And relax. Good. Nice job.
Was it opposite arm and leg?
Opposite arm and leg. I mean, you can do either one, but yeah, that one was opposite arm and leg. But we've done it the other way. We've done it the other way before, so no problem. Okay, good. So now we're gonna go. I want you to grab your band or your strap, and I want you to go around your knees with it. So if you're gonna use a yoga strap, I want you to go. I want you to go pretty tight so you can push against it. If you're gonna do a band, you might double it up, or like I have that TheraBand before. You can just tie that TheraBand around or something like that. So I'm going to double up mine. So just around the knees, just like that. And then, but if you have a yoga strap, same thing. We're just going to go nice and tight. What I want you to do is first just relax. Let your feet relax on the ground, and then press out. Engage your core, keep your hips nice and still, press out, see if you can separate that as much as you can, come back in. You want to make it a little bit harder, you can bring your feet a little bit closer together, push your feet into the ground, push your knees towards the ground, back, press. So we're starting to awaken these side hip muscles just a little bit. You see, I don't know if you can see, my feet are actually facing each other, just a little bit harder. Or if we're starting, feet gripping right in the ground. Then the next one we're going to do is we're just going to combine that with a bridge. So you're going to go feet on the ground, press out on your band, then push up, hips go all the way toward the sky. Keep that press out of the band. You can either keep your elbows on the ground or reach your hands up towards the sky. Let your bum come down. Option to leave yourself about 1 inch off the ground to make it a little bit harder. Press out on the band. Come all the way up. So what most people are going to find is that you're going to want to let the pressure off the band at the bottom or as you come down. So make sure that you are, as you come down, keeping that pressure on outside of the knees that whole time. Want to make it a little bit harder, we can do just one leg at a time, or you can come up, lift, lifting each leg, but try to keep that pressure on the band. 15 seconds, that's quite hard to keep that pressure. And we're also doing this for our spine, so we are strengthening our side spinal muscles that arch us up. And relax. Good. Nice job. You can get rid of that. You can get rid of that strap for just a minute. What we're gonna do is come forward a little bit, so I'm a little bit on my, little bit like I can grab my knees. Maybe you're sitting a little bit on my bum, just like we've actually done this one before too. So we're gonna do it again. I want you to breathe in, think yourself nice and tall. Breathe out, and I want you to roll your spine on the ground as slow as you possibly can. So it's gonna be easier if you're gonna grab your legs like this and kind of let yourself down. It's gonna be harder if you reach the arms out. And I want you to think about keeping your spine nice and long as you go. So try exploring like that. Tuck your chin a little bit. Keep breathing into your rib cage. Experiment with keeping your spine nice and long. Let your shoulder blades roll down. Let your head roll down. If you get all the way to the ground, just come all the way back up. Try to think your spine nice and long. You can tuck your chin a little bit. Maybe one more time. You got 15 seconds. Good, nice. And relax. Good. So we're gonna go and do a little bit of a repeat of some of the same ones that we just did. So we can do our other side. We're gonna go back to that bird dog. Do your other side if you haven't already. Options on the bird dog, like we talked about. If you want to make it harder, you reach further away from you, reaching one way, reach the other way, really keeping your core neutral. Or another thing you can do to make it harder if you want is you can move a little bit quicker. You can really be moving through this one. But I want you to still pay attention and try to keep that spine nice and neutral. Press strong into the ground with the hand that's on the ground. Tuck your chin slightly, tuck your tailbone slightly. Ten seconds. And relax. Good. Coming to our active cat-cow. So we did our active cat-cow. Breathe out. Press your belly button towards your lower back, round your lower back. Breathe in. Roll the shoulder blades back, a little bit of core engagement, peel your ribcage up, pull back with your upper back. Breathe out, press with your core back and your lower back. Engage through your upper back muscles to arch through your upper back. Nice. Good, so focusing on the rounding, 30 more seconds. Rounding from your lower back, arching from your upper back. Good. And then exploring our cat-cow one vertebrae at a time. Tucking your tailbone, rounding your lower back, rounding your middle back, pressing down with the shoulders, letting your head fall down. Tailbone goes up, take your pelvis forward, arch from your lower back, lift up from your chest, pull the shoulder blades back, lift up. Tuck your tailbone. Just try to see if you can go one vertebrae at a time. Good. And then you can relax there. Now we're going to do our side cat-cow. So what I want everybody to do this time is that the first part I want you to do to engage. So I want you to pull your ribcage towards your hip and then pull your ribcage towards your hip. Both sides, just doing one side, the other side. Even think about going your hip towards your ribcage as well. You might feel like that activates different muscles. Hip up, hip up, hip up, hip up. Engaging here with this one. Should feel your obliques and your QL muscles working. And then you can relax that one for the next 20 seconds. Give it more of a stretch. Just go side to side. Stretch out those muscles. Breathe into your rib cage. And then the next one we're coming to is that rotational exercise, just like we did before. Tickling to your ear, still in your hips. Elbow down towards the ground, elbow up towards the sky. Remember we talked about pushing down with the ground like you're trying to start a lawnmower. And then I'll tell you when to switch sides, pushing down. Pull that elbow up towards the sky. Try to keep your hips still if you can. And last one, and switch sides, elbow goes toward your ear, press down, push down. $15 seconds. Last one. Good, nice job. Relax. Grab a drink of water if you like. Take your time. Let's move to the ground. So we're going to go flat on our backs. And we're going to go through that set that we did flat on our backs, starting with our dead bug with a push on the opposite knee. Tuck your chin a little bit. You might even lift your head up. Actually try this. So lift your head up with your hands. Tuck your chin a little bit, like you're going to pull your neck away from you, and then peel your hands off, gently let your head fall to the ground. So when you do that, you might feel a little bit more length in the back of your neck. It's like a slight shin tuck. If it's uncomfortable there, you can like put something a little bit under your head. Both knees up, both hands up. Hand goes to the opposite knee. Push down the opposite knee, reach away from you with the heel. Reach your thumb towards the ground, and arms straight, neck long. Push, reach, and then switch sides. Push, reach, and then switch. So there's a telescoping quality here to that reach out we're doing, reaching out to the fingertips, reaching out to the heel, rather than just thinking extension or flexion. Also thinking like telescoping out. Last one. Good. And then coming to your strap of your band. Throwing the band or strap around, and then first starting to just get those hip muscles active by pressing the knees out. Just pressing in the knees side to side at first. Start feeling that in the side of the hip. You might even bring the soles of your feet together. And then this time, if you want to make it a little bit harder, what you might try is keeping the soles of the feet together as you press the hips up. It's the sides of my feet that are pushing down, the knees are pushing out. I'm really feeling that on the side of the hips. Again, it's a lot harder if the hands go straight up, because then the core has to balance, especially when I'm only in one side. No problem to keep the knees flat on the ground. Same thing, try to avoid the shaking, the letting go of the band. Keep that pressure out both directions. Seconds. And relax. Nice job. Get to ditch a little bit that strap. Come down to our lengthening our spine, so you might roll all the way up. You might start here with just the lengthening, breathing in all directions of the rib cage. You might even go down just a little bit so you can keep that spine long. You can come back. And then if you want to explore, try to keep the spine long, roll all the way down. It's kind of like I'm lengthening my whole spine, exactly like we did with the head just a moment ago. It's exactly like we did with the head, just with the whole spine, and what's lengthening it is my core. So mess around with that. Using your core to support so that you can slowly let every vertebrae down to the ground. And then coming up. Again, it's a little easier if you do a little support. Try to reach the top of your head and your tailbone away from one another. 15 seconds. Good, and relax, relax. Do a little wiggle if you need to, shake the back out, anything like that. Take your time and go ahead and stand up. We're going to come use the wall, so try to grab a little piece of wall. And I'm trying to use both these walls. I'm not sure if you can see this far wall, can you? Yeah, a little bit. Super a lot. So let's do first this postural exercise on the wall. And here I'll give you the option with your strap or your band as well. This we've done before. Super good for us though. It's not only good to exercise, but also good rechecking. Kind of bring your feet maybe 6 inches away from the wall or 4 inches from the wall so you can sit down a little bit. You might put your hands on your pelvis to see if you can find that neutral position, or you might just tuck your tailbone, see if you can find your sacrum flat against the wall or just a little bit pushing into the wall. Inside edge of your shoulder blade, you should feel against the wall. Tuck your chin, neck, you should feel nice and long. Then try to breathe in, see if you can breathe into the wall and get your back even longer as you breathe in. Breathe in into the wall rather than just the front of your body. Breathe into the wall, engage your core. Breathe out, relax. Breathe into the wall, engage your core. Breathe out, relax. If you want to add that strap, you can do the folding in half that we've done before. And bring that between your hands or your wrists. Elbows pinch a little bit together. And I'm going to reach up and touch the wall behind me. At the same time, I try to breathe into the wall. Just like that. So breathe into your lower ribs and your back of your ribs. Try to keep your back nice and tall. Tuck your chin. it's challenging because when you reach up, you want to breathe out of the front of your rib cage. That's what your arms are doing. Use your core to breathe into the back of your rib cage, even though your arms are moving in front of you. And relax, and relax. Good. Good, I'm gonna go to use this ball now just so you can see a little bit what I'm gonna do with my, the front of my body. We're gonna do those spinal ripples on the wall, just like we've done before a couple of times, many of you have done with me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stand about maybe 6, maybe 4 inches away from the wall or so. Top of your head goes towards the wall. Nose goes to the wall, then chin, then chest, then the lower ribs, then belly, then pelvis, and then come back out. Try to go one part of your body touches the wall at once. So touch your head, nose, chin. See how I'm pulling my head, nose away. Chest touches, I'm pulling my head away. Rib cage, belly, hips. If it's too much movement at first, just pretend. You don't have to go so full. And you don't necessarily have to touch, but you can get just close. Try not to lean your body against the wall. We're gonna go 30 more seconds that way. And try to keep the movement through the whole back. Good, and then I want you to switch directions. So I want you to go now with your pelvis first, then belly, then pull your pelvis away, ribs, chest, chin, nose, head, the last thing. So now we're going the other direction. Try not to let your weight fall on the wall. Keep your weight away from the wall. 10 more seconds this way. And relax. Good, nice. Moving a little bit of the spine. Okay, let's come back to a little bit of spinal stabilization. We're kind of alternating today between stabilizing the spine and mobilizing the spine. You really need both. What we're going to do is basically a deadlift, so you can grab some weights if you have some weights, or you can grab a band, or you can even do without. So we're going to throw in some options for without as well. But what we want to do, which we've done before, is hips go back, knees bend just a little bit, engage through the glutes and the hamstrings, pull the body up from the back of the leg. Engage your core at the bottom, tuck your chin, breathe into the back of your ribs, try to keep your spine nice and long, even as you're pulling through your hamstrings and your glutes, tucking your hips at the top. At the very top, you should feel the back of your legs really strong. Core is nice and strong to hold the whole back straight. If you have a band, you can actually step on it. I'm just stepping on the middle of mine here, and then I have this weight and it's pulling me down, and then I'm just gonna bend back. At the bottom, try to keep your spine nice and long. Shoulder blades are back in the socket. Chest is broad, back is broad. This is the same if you have weights, by the way. It's exactly the same if you have weights. Press back through the hamstrings, engage the glutes. Broaden through the back, press backward. Pull yourself up all the way from the back of your legs into the glutes, using your whole posterior chain, stabilizing the back. Or you don't have to do this with anything like we said. If you don't have anything, maybe if you want to challenge your stability a little bit, you can rotate. just like we've done at the bottom, and then you're still pulling, you're still engaging your hands, using the glutes to come up. You're still trying to keep if you're rotating, you're still trying to keep your chest broad and your shoulder blades broad, still engaging your core to reach from the top of your head, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone a little bit while you're rotating, and then still squeezing through your hamstrings and your glutes to come all the way to the top. 10 more seconds. And if you're using weights or band, making sure there's no pressure in your lower back. We want all the weight to be in the back of our legs, and that's good. Nice, relax. Nice job. So we're gonna go through those one more time really quick, but let's just first loosen up the back. So I want you to reach high and low. Go across, stretching down those obliques and the QL. Go one side. What you might do is go only about half as far as you usually go, and then turn forward, turn backward, turn forward, turn backward, and then go. If you're gonna do the turn, you want to go only about half as far as you usually go. So that we have some room still to turn. And relax. Good. Nice. So now we're going to go right back to the stability. Grab your strap if you want. We're going back to the wall. Options that we did from this one were just to hold ourselves against the wall. Breathe into the back of our body against the wall. Breathe out, relax. Breathe into our core against the wall. Or then we also did the strap of the band. Breathe into your back. Come down with the arms. Either way, the focus is on breathing into the back of your body, into the wall. And you got 15 seconds. Good, nice job. You can relax. And then letting the strap go, going back to our spinal ripples on the wall. So facing the wall, 4 to 6 inches away from the wall, going first with your head, nose, chin, chest, ribs, belly, hips, head, nose, chin, ribs, belly, hips. If you want to start exploring coming away from the wall, you can too. Reach forward. The wall is just a really helpful, it's helpful nervous stimuli, nervous system stimuli to know if we really are moving from every vertebrae or not. We'll be able to feel it. And then we go the other way, hips come forward, belly comes forward, ribs come forward, chin, nose, head. Using that wall again is such good stimuli. Hips kind of come forward, then belly. You can experiment with how far away from the wall you need to be. Last one. relax. Coming back to your strap or your weights, coming to that deadlift. Again, we want to make sure there's no weight in the lower back when you do that deadlift. And if I'm just going to come real close to the camera so you can see why that is. So you have to kind of check yourself. But some people, when they do this, they overarch. I'm not sure if you can see, but I'm overarching my lower back, and I can feel the compression in my lower back when I do that. Or if you can see, some people are reaching down and they're letting their lower back bend out like that. That's obviously going to put the weight on my lower back as well. So at the bottom, you can kind of tuck until your hips a little bit and try to find where it feels neutral. Engage your core, tuck your chin, keep your spine long, and then come up. I'll give you 45 seconds there.
So what are we doing with the weights, Gabe? Just holding them?
Just holding them and just making sure that your shoulders will step back. Let's see. Try to make your shoulder blades stay locked in the position. So you also don't want to let your shoulder blades fall.
Yeah.
So shoulder blades stay on the back. I'm not pulling back with the shoulder blades, just keeping the chest long and the back long, and then just keep them in their socket, keep the back neutral, come all the way up. You can do this even without weights. You just really have to know how to engage through your hamstrings and through your hips. Good, nice. And relax, good, relax. You can ditch that weight, coming back to our side to side stretch. Reaching high, coming over, maybe turning one way and the other, maybe just reaching one side and then reaching the other way. Let's come back to our breathing here and kind of tune in a little bit more inside for just a minute. So breathe in, reach nice and high, breathe out, maybe turn, relax, breathe in. So obviously our core has a lot to do with our spine as well. So we had a lot of focus today on moving the spine just to give you a different sort of take. You may feel the muscles in your back be a little bit sore later today or tomorrow, and that's totally normal. You're using a lot of muscles today. And we don't need to spend too long necessarily stretching because we're alternating the mobility and the stabilizing exercise throughout. And relax. Good. Let's roll through our shoulder blades. Breathe in, roll the shoulder blades back. And then incorporate maybe a little bit of that spinal ripple with this. Doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit. Feel how your body feels. Feel that you don't have to, take a few minutes to realize you don't have to push it or force it or always go the harder version. Let's go forwards. Good. And then maybe putting one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest, just feeling those two cavities move and expand as you inhale and exhale, and bring your attention back to ourselves. Maybe closing your eyes for a minute. Just for a moment, feeling how nice it is to be able to take this break. Maybe taking a minute to step outside before we go back to work or whatever else the day has planned for us. You can let the hands come down, open your eyes if they're closed. We'll close with a clap. 1, 2. Good, awesome. Nice work, everybody. That was really good. I had really fun today. I hope you did too. Linda, looking lovely.
Oh, so are you, Gabe.
Thanks, Gabe.
Thanks a lot. Any questions or anything like that for right now?
Can you